Hello, everybody. Welcome along to the Benjamin Bloom Show. We are covering Manchester United versus Sheffield United today, pre-match, half-time and full-time. This is the half-time review, and it's all looking very comfortable for Manchester United. They are 2-0 up in this one. Chris Wilder's Blades not really looking themselves for a lot of this one. Very hot day at Old Trafford, big empty Old Trafford, but it's United, Manchester United that have taken their chances fairly clinically, and but for a big miss by Marcus Rashford as well, it could have been more than 2-0. Let us go through the events of the first half. If you are here in the stream watching, please hit the thumbs up button. Let me know you're here. Let others find the stream and get involved in those comments. Let me know what you made of that first half. Manchester United cruising pretty much now, and what your predictions are for the second half. Is it going to get worse for Sheffield United, or could there be something in it? Fairly quiet start to this game. Sheffield United getting forward down the sides reasonably well in that first 5 minutes, and then pretty much out of nowhere. Be interested in your thoughts in the comments on this goal. Manchester United take the lead on 6 minutes, and from a defensive point of view, very bad goal to concede. Saw one of these in the Norwich-Southampton game where it's just a simple right wing throw in. It's dropped into the box, and we mentioned a few times in the preview the possibilities of Phil Jagielka versus Marcus Rashford for pace, and the very first time we see it, it does not end well for Jagielka. So the ball bounces up. It's clever from Rashford because he kind of disguises his intent. It's on the half volley, and he sort of disguises with his body, but then flips it, and then he's gone, and he leaves Jagielka for dead. So Rashford moves towards the byline, and he pretty much just spanks it low and hard across the box, and it ends up looking very, very good because Anthony Martial pulls off on the near post, and really, really good reactions on this one. Sorts his feet out nice and quickly to open up his body. Rashford has hit it so hard across the box that all Martial needs to do is redirect it, and if it's anywhere that yard or so either side of the keeper on the floor at that pace from that distance, the keeper's going to have great trouble saving it. And that is exactly what happened. Nice and decisive from Rashford. Firm ball across. Martial just direct it towards the keeper's feet. He's not going to get down and save it. And the ball flies into the back of the net for an early lead for Manchester United. You could see as well a bit of a lack of confidence from the Blades when that goes in as well. The heads did drop. Remember, third game back for Sheffield United now. 0-0, 3-0, another 2-0 down as well. So no goals for the Blades yet, and down early in this one. 11th minute, absolutely crazy basketball end-to-end stuff here. Could have been a goal at either end. George Baldock, who has managed, and Stevens the other side, to be fair, they've managed to get either side of Pogba and Matic in that little half space where you don't have an orthodox wide midfielder, so to speak, covered. Baldock gets forward. There's movement ahead of him, as there always is when Sheffield United go down the side. He cuts inside, and it opens up a little bit, so he goes again inside, and then it opens up big time. Baldock on his left foot, his weaker foot here, and there is a square ball on. I don't know who'd arrived there. I'd have to watch that one back. I only had one look at that. But maybe being it's on his left foot, the little slide ball opened up, but the shot is blocked from Baldock from the good position there with his left foot. It pinballs and ends back to De Gea, who manages to get it clear, and it's then puts the Blades right on the back foot then, and it's fed straight through to Anthony Martial, who is clean in behind. Remember, already scored and running on the 11th minute. He runs in on Simon Moore in goal. Rashford is coming up on his shoulder, gaining really, really quickly. And this is a horrible miss. Moore actually does quite well. It's quite unorthodox what the keeper does here, because normally we see keepers spread themselves, make themselves as big as possible. Moore kind of dives forward at the ball, so completely exposing himself to either a little dink to one side or Martial going to his left with his pace. But Martial's waiting for him to move, and he just knocks it slightly to the right to Rashford. I don't know how he misses this one. Robinson is with him, but he's not really touch tight. He's kind of breathing down his neck, but we all know how fast Marcus Rashford is. And he just gets his feet in a mess and kind of bumbles it left-footed past the post. Should have been 2-0, a player of Rashford's quality. Should never really miss an open goal like that. So the early pattern, Blades having some possession, but Manchester United creating big chances early on. In this one, 17, Fernandes whips in right-footed free kick from the left-hand side. Moore gets right behind it, doesn't take any chances, gets the punch out. Nobody busting a gut to get across the keeper's line and get a glance on that. Maybe the offside line doing its job. Well, dink over the top here. I think it's Pogba and Rashford nearly in behind again. They are cutting through at will at times, Manchester United. Not pretty viewing for you Blades fans. 20, Maguire has the ball in the net, but he lays his hands on the back of the defender. That one is disallowed. Blades get into it a little bit after the water break, as Gary Neville said in the commentary. John Lundstrom in space. I do like Lundstrom, but I found him a little bit nosebleedy. Excuse me. Today he's got into a few good positions. He's a really good runner, Lundstrom, but he's looked a bit panicked in a couple of passing positions, and that shot was another example of that. Fires it well over the top there. And better from Sheffield United on 33 here. Some territory now, moving the ball in the final third here. Forced an attacking play, but no real clear attempts on goal. Only looking at that Bulldog effort on 11 minutes for kind of a shot headed towards the goal. Wasn't on target because it was blocked well before as well. And 38, Lys Mousset, he's been down injured before holding his right foot. Goes down again. Looked for all the world like he was going off in this one, Mousset, holding the right foot again. But Ollie McBurney gets kitted up all the way down to the front. Has a chat with Alan Neil. Mousset decides he is okay to continue for the Blades. But just a couple of minutes before half-time, 43rd minute, and United get a second goal. This is a decent one, I think. I quite like this goal. I know Blades fans won't like the defending again, but given the heat and given the maybe lack of intensity, lack of fans, etc., I like the slow, quick score type attack. Fernandes has got it again. He rides one tackle. He moves across the box laterally. Rides a nut. He thinks about the shot. Pogba, who had managed to get forward into those higher positions quite a lot, gets on the ball on the edge of the box. Pogba, simple pass. He's playing quite disciplined nicely today. Pogba, he slides it into Wan-Bissaka. Not on the run, really. Wan-Bissaka receives the ball and stops. And this is, depending on how you look at this, get your thoughts in the comments. This is either good from Wan-Bissaka or poor from Stevens, because he stands him up, shapes him up face on, and then Wan-Bissaka just takes it out of his feet and he goes past Stevens really easily. You only need a half a yard to get a decent crossover, and Wan-Bissaka generates a couple of yards very easily there. Bit statuesque from Stevens. Would be very disappointed. Chris Wilder looked very disappointed too. Wan-Bissaka's got the space, drives the low cross in, and Martial, I have to say, his movement for both goals, very good. He pulls backwards again off the defender. He finds the space. Wan-Bissaka finds him. Really nice finish. Again, this one on the right foot. Again, goes across the goalkeeper. This time hard and low. Nice pace on it. Uses the pace on the cross. And right place, right time, but good finishes both times by Martial. That's 18 for the season for him. And it looks pretty much like game over, doesn't it, at half-time? You'd think Manchester United, they've got good counter-attacking players in Greenwood and Rashford. Fernandes can carry the ball. They look decent, don't they? Martial can run in behind as well. Looks like they can sit back, let Sheffield United come forward and hit them on the counter-attack. That would appear to be the plan. I don't know how Sheffield United get back into this one. I guess doing the same things they've done all the time, but they cannot leave themselves that open to the quick counters. And maybe it's just a bit of quality in the United front line stacking up against them. But Very, very decent performance, particularly by Martial. Right, let's get some comments in. Get your comments in. Now we'll answer them. Sky are still on an ad break here. They will be back soon. Evil Adam says, I will take a shot on target. Yeah, Bulldog didn't quite manage it, did he? Paul says, we've got more owls in here again as a Sheffield Wednesday fan. This scoreline makes me smile. Robert says, yes. Maybe he's a Manchester United fan. Paul says, yes, we're losing, but I don't think we'll see Sheffield Wednesday in the Premier League in the next 5 years. There we go. JHJG something says, are you show live? Yes, I am. Come and join us. Alex says, nice cold San Miguel, much needed on a day like today. Do you know what, Alex? I normally, and I get lots of stick for this, have a glass of wine under the table. We've got a sparkling one, but I think we're going to have a barbecue at the weekend, so I will save it. Simon says, as a Sheffield Wednesday fan, I say Sheffield United got to the Premier League on merit, and good luck to them too. And I really, really admire the Blades, but they're going to need all the luck in the second half. 2-0 down at Old Trafford. Martial with both of the goals. And it's looking to me, I hate to say it, I'd love to be wrong because I do admire Chris Wilder and all you Blades out there, but it's looking like possibly a 3-goal defeat or more if it goes like this. And Solskjaer will be able to say, look, you're playing really nicely, sit in there, concentrate on your defence. They're going to give you spaces. That's the way they play. They come forward in threes, don't they, down the sides. Difficult one for Chris Wilder now. This team's been very good defensively. Let's see how they react at 2-0 down. Gives me no pleasure to say that. As you all know, watching the channel, big Sheffield United fan myself, given what happened last year. This looks like a tough one. But come on, look, big picture. They're in there. They're challenging for the Champions League. This, however, could be the end of that. If Manchester United, that is really struggling with these two Uniteds, can open up that gap with a win today. Quick plug, as I always do, support the channel. How can I make that show? If I press this one, will that come up? There we go. Support the channel by using Super Chat on YouTube. You can donate to me. Going to be out of a job in September. Love to make this. All videos now available as podcasts as well. So type the Benjamin Bloom Show, as it says. Which way do I point? Right up there. Type that into your podcast platform, and you'll be able to see us. Just having a look, be covering a lot of these at the weekend. Brentford v West Brom. Try and get back from seeing my parents in Ipswich before that one. I'll definitely be doing Leeds v Fulham. I've had a ton of requests to do that one, so well worth sticking with the channel. Well worth hitting the subscribe button. On Patreon, just seen the Liverpool coach arrive on the Sky broadcast here. They are playing Palace later. Virgil van Dijk in his protective mask. All the Liverpool players, in fact, in their mask arriving. They can go within 2 points of the title tonight. And there is Roy Hodgson. I saw Crystal Palace are 9th. Roy Hodgson, what a manager he's been for a lot of years. Please join me again, likely about 7:50 for maybe 7:55, probably looking at this. Ollie McBurney is walking out, so likely that Lys Mousset will be coming off. Maybe there's an out ball into McBurney's chest a little bit, and they can avoid committing too many forward, but feels like I'm clutching at straws for the Blades. Right, Sky are on their turbo break now. Apple have got it. So I will bid you all farewell. Please come and join at full time. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Support the podcast and my ventures by the methods shown below in the ticker. And please come back at full time to get my views on Manchester United versus Sheffield United at half-time. Manchester United 2, Sheffield United 0. Here we go with the second half. Over and out.